Welcome to today's installment of the Daily Shift, where every day I'm going to help you shift out of some emotional chaos, because every thought has a chemical signature, and you can either put yourself in chemical bliss or in chemical chaos. And so we're going to shift you from chaos to bliss. If your nervous system is a little wacky, then this is going to be for you, especially if people have been peopling. So if you feel like people have been peopling, this is for you, because today we're going to give them the finger. We're going to have a little bit of fun while we're doing it, and you're going to feel amazing when we are done. Even if this is not happening to you right now, this is something you might want to save, because at some point you'll go through a season where people are peopling, they're getting on your nerves, they're getting frustrated, you're holding in your body, and then you don't know what to do because of it. So if this is resonating, go ahead and like, comment, and share, especially for anybody you know who might be going through a season where they're just confused, frustrated, angry around people peopling. And some of those symptoms is that then you want to isolate yourself. So if you're feeling like you want to isolate around people, we do have people who are introverts. However, when that's in the extreme, then you want to go into isolation and not deal with people at all. And so that is a symptom that people are peopling and that you need some freedom, because everything you want is in the gift of someone else. So starting with the gift in you, we're going to center you. And if you're new to me, hi, my name is Raquel, and I'm your GPS for success. And by the way, for those of you who've been following my biohack journey the last week, I have lost another inch around my hips. That makes four inches around my hips that I have melted down. So if you're interested in biohacking, just put hashtag biohack below, and I will get back to you with some information and how I'm doing that, just in case you want to do that as well. So let's do some biohacking some other way. We're going to do something called an EFT. You might have seen it as tapping. It's also called emotional freedom technique. And so we're going to do something very specific. Again, we're going to give it the finger, this one, the middle one, the root finger, and we're going to be tapping here. Why does tapping work? It's because as we're doing it, it's going to activate your parasympathetic system, which is in charge of helping you to heal emotionally and physically. So we're going to be doing that. So instead of doing in the sides like we have been doing, we're just going to, if you have long nails like I do, you can just tap like this, or you can go sideways and do it like this. All you're going to do is repeat after me, kind of gauge where you are with frustration with people. And this particular one is going to help release some things, because it's hard to bond with people when they have been screwing you over, or you've been in these relationships that you have been screwed over. People are taking advantage of you when they're misunderstanding you. And then, of course, right, what does your nervous system do? Your whole body's like, And sometimes what happens is that you're asking for something, and it comes in the form of something you're not familiar with, or maybe too familiar with, and then you can't really discern what's going on, right? You don't discern if that person is actually good for you. You might be someone's having issue articulating their truth. I release that so you can stand in your truth. I bless you with that. I'm an empath as well. So what happens is that then as you're isolating, you can't get what you want, right? Because you're not connecting to the people that you need to connect to. And so we're going to help release that so that you can discern correctly and create healthy boundaries. This is going to help you, okay? Repeat after me. Today, I take responsibility for my life, which just means I have the ability to respond. And I have been in this season where people are peopling. People are getting on my nerves. I'm frustrated. I feel misunderstood, misjudged, and I just want to isolate. Because after all, I do like my own company. I appreciate myself. And I'm trying to stay open to people. But it's giving me anxiety. It's hurting me. And that is hurting everything else. because we're supposed to love our neighbor, yes, but as ourselves. And when people are peopling, sometimes that then makes me feel less than. It makes me feel bad about myself. And I don't want to feel bad about myself. So I run. So I isolate. So I cut myself off from support. Because then I don't know who I can trust. There's a song, an old song. I'm going to harden my heart. I'm going to swallow the tears. I'm going to turn and leave here. Leave you here. Sometimes there is a season of exit in order to enter into a new, beautiful thing. But I don't want to keep cutting myself off from people because that's not healthy. Isolation breeds unhealthy mental mindsets, which then breeds unhealthy methodologies. And isolation feels good in the moment. And there's moments where I understand I need to be alone. And it's good for me to be alone. But not always. I want to heal from that. I want to take my power back. Because as long as I isolate myself out of fear of being hurt again, the only one who suffers is me. And I'm not going to suffer because other people don't know how to handle me. I'm choosing right now myself. I save myself. I love myself. I accept myself. And I forgive myself because I'm doing the best that I can. And I call in clarity and wisdom to know how to handle this particular situation and this particular connection or relationships. Letting go of expectations now. And the only thing I expect is for me to be whole, to be present, to be grounded, because I love myself. And I do love people. That's why it hurts. But I choose healing now. I receive grace for these situations. And I just lean into that, knowing that everything is changing even now. And so it is. All right, my loves, if you need support and you are a powerful, and I know you're a powerful woman, that's why you're here. But if you're a woman who is seeking some support in what you're doing and you want to manifest some things together and be in a company of women who want what you want to, who are just like you, then I want to make sure to invite you and consider coming into the Society of Sacred Alchemists, because we transform what is to what we want it to be. And we would love to have you in our group. So if you want to know more, just hashtag more below. And until next time, which will be tomorrow around 12:15 CST, we'll shift something else. I love you. Have a great rest of your day. Bye now.